Right now, lawmakers in states across the country are trying to pass anti-gay and anti-transgender laws, and hearing them advocate for these changes can be really hard for people in the LGBTQ+ community. So this morning, our 9 News mental health expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, is joining us now to help us break down some of this information. Thanks for being with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You know, I've heard this from friends, of course, as an openly gay man, just kind of the impacts on them. I'm curious, from your side, from the research perspective, what you're seeing, how the impact is happening on the community.
Yeah, it's really interesting. People who identify as being LGBTQ+, I mean, the stats are crazy, like 250% plus more instances of depression and anxiety. And so one of the things to help differentiate is that not necessarily identifying it's not a mental illness. It's all of the mental health impacts that happen because of it, whether it's through the identification or not feeling accepted or feeling hate crimes or not feeling comfortable being able to come out into your loved ones and your community. And so because of that, we see these higher instances as well as addiction and other areas as well. And so it's a really good time to kind of talk about that and just talk about, you know, why Pride Month can really be a month where we start to make those shifts and help people feel more connected with their community and really understand it better.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Ziegler, we have never been in a moment in history where we've had so much support out loud from people around the world, but it also feels like we're hearing a lot of hate happening right now, too, more than the past several years or so. We're in the middle of Pride Month. For anybody who doesn't like what they're hearing right now, they say something needs to be done about that. What can we do?
Yeah, so one of the things that I think I'm really here to talk about is mental health as health.
Yeah.
And in preparing to talk about this today, some of the information really came from the American Heart Association, which is talking about the toxic stress that people can feel and the implication that it can have on your heart health, but all of your health. So really to take this seriously, this isn't just stress as in, oh, it's on my mind and this is stressful. You're right, we have this dichotomy of, wow, I feel a lot of support. There's been a tide and a shift in supporting the LGBTQ+ community, and also laws and lawmakers in some ways are challenging that really strongly and loudly. So things like having Pride Month, what that really comes down to is finding community and celebrating. And one of the things that there's a Harvard researcher that talked about is, why is Pride so sometimes like loud and festive and colorful? Like, why is it like that? And this researcher broke it down as, because it's a way of celebrating and sort of singing loud and transforming the toxic stress and like expressing it really big. And I thought for me, like, that was really helpful for me to understand, why is everything colorful and, you know, so incredibly energetic? And that's one of the reasons, because when we have trauma, when we have pain, sometimes one of the ways to transform that is through the arts, is through dancing and singing and really celebrating. And so that's why Pride Month has that, I think, element to it of like big celebration.
And it makes it just so much more fun. You know, being able to celebrate with your community too, that's got to have some benefits for our mental health as well. We're coming up on Denver Pride this weekend. How are celebrations like what we're going to see here, what we have seen across the country and in Colorado for this month, how does that help?
It helps a lot because we also haven't talked about allies. And so by being able to have big inclusive celebrations like that, you bring in your allies, you bring in maybe new allies, and you have an opportunity to sort of educate the community at large that either maybe doesn't feel for it or just doesn't understand it enough. It's very inclusive, and it allows people to just sort of like understand and become a part of something. And every one of those little things, the research shows, really does matter. So somebody like an ally just saying, you know, I don't really know what I can do to support you, but can you tell me what's something that I can do? And maybe there's something unique that you would tell me, right? And then maybe you tell a coworker something different, and you tell your aunt something different. And so I think that's one of the things for allies, is to just understand that if you don't know what to say, you don't know what to do, what could be helpful, just ask.
It's true. It's true.
Just ask.
Absolutely. Just find that safe person that you feel comfortable with that. It just takes one supportive person to make a difference in somebody's life. Dr. Ziegler, thank you for being with us. We appreciate that.